Guys, we are live here downtown Victoria. All right. You guys ready to roll?
Yeah.
I don't understand what the government's trying to do.
How's it going, guys? Beautiful day in Victoria. You guys want to cross here? Yeah, Steph, I saw that. A couple people on the ground there. I was with in Ottawa. I've been watching their lives. Big rally there. The convoys are in Calgary today. On their way here in the next couple days.
Our business, you know the other pirates making small say,
I'm just going to do a quick walk by here and then go up that way.
to make that happen. So I would ask what do you want for breakfast? You can tell. You can have your eggs this way, you can have your eggs that way, you can have salad, you can have steak, you can have whatever you want. But you can't have it unless you can define it. You need to know what you want.
I lost Adam.
Then you can start the problem. That's what we have to do. How are we going to get an American philosopher named Rick once said something.
I'm just going to get my mount out here, guys. Yeah, Paula, it is a beautiful place here. Just bear with me for a second if I'm a little shaky. I'm just getting my mount. Hey, Adam. Can you just hold this for 1 sec? I'm just getting my mount out.
like to laugh at the environment. We would never challenge the power of the state. We are challenging the power of the state. For all of us, not just for the elite. And let's make this
Thank you. Sorry guys, I should have did this first. My bad.
share freedom for Ukraine, the rest of us will share freedom for all every last one.
All right. This on the bottom, and we're good to go. All right, I'll just won't bother with that. All right, let's roll, folks. Sorry for the delay in the mount. All right, I won't hold you up again. You doing, brother? Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, nice to meet you. Julia. Do you mind if you're on camera, Julia? No? How's your day going?
Good so far.
Yeah? A little better turnout than last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily I got here early and didn't get caught in that over there.
Yeah, so they're directing them around, are they? Are they letting them come down at all?
I don't think so.
No?
They stopped them completely.
Okay, well, I guess they'll have to walk down. We'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I just wanted to. So I messaged you in Ottawa.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Yeah. How's he doing now?
He passed quite a few years ago.
Right.
I'm sure he's here.
Yeah, I'm sure he's here with us too.
He's with all the trucks.
I'm sure he's here with us too. It's nice to meet you, Julia. You have a good day.
Feeding back to them our vision of what's emerging in the dialogue we're having here in Victoria. So this Citizens Congress, I think, is going to be an essential step in creating, and it comes a week after, it's basically a month after Passover and after Easter. Let us resurrect this country for the benefit of all of us, not just for the elite, not just for the ones who fly into Davos on their private planes, not just for Donald Trump and his servants here in Canada.
Hold the line, brother.
Resurrected.
Good, man. How you doing?
And it will be a revolutionary process. So again, if we're subversives, maybe we should go back, revisit what we have to do to make this
People over here playing with bubbles.
egalitarian, just, and that has safeguards in law. That
The
will
wind's
prevent
blowing that
another
fucking
just
water right out of the fountain.
coming down and stamping out our freedom as it's done over the last 2 years. That's what we need to create.
It's just a little muddy, eh?
A poet, colleague of mine named Ken Beaker, wrote something like this. He said, geopolitical awareness and engagement are every adult's responsibility and duty. And the remedy for our folly, our lack on this front, is going to take a long while. It might. This Congress we're having here in Victoria will not be the first. It is the opening of what should be a series of similar meetings all across the country, where people actually start asking those fundamental questions. How do we want to be governed?
On the pavement there,
Yeah,
or
it's like
where?
asking what do you want for breakfast.
I'm gonna go that way.
You've got to think about it. You've got to come up with your own solutions, and you've got to communicate it to your fellow citizens. If you can't think it, if you can't articulate it, you can't have it. And that's what we're going to do in Victoria on the 27th and 29th, and that's what people across the country are going to be doing. How do we want to be governed? What do we want this country to look like? What do we want to do about uniting all Canadians, how we want true reconciliation with the First Nations. All of those things that bring all Canadians together have to be on the table. Every last one of those things. And that's what we will discuss on the evening. So what I like to do is I like to do call and response. You guys know how to do that? There are not a lot of you here, so we're going to have to be really loud because we know Bonnie Henry's a little.
Yeah, they're detouring the convoys downtown.
It was definitely down, so we're going to have to be really loud. So this is from the old civil rights movement, and I'll tell you what. I'm going to ask you. Jeremy. You see that? She's like, hey, so for the old civil rights movement, say, what do we want? The answer is freedom. When do we want it? The answer is now. How are we going to get it? Resistance. Want to try that? But you guys got to be really loud because again, they don't hear much in this building.
Just a sec, guys. I'm just getting the tripod.
And oh look, Ukraine, that kind of stuff. Okay. So what do we want? When do we want it? How are we going to get it? They still don't hear you.
Can I give you this for one more second?
What do we want?
Please.
What do we want? Okay. How do we get it? One more time. What do we want?
Freedom.
When do we want it?
Now.
How do we get it?
Resistance.
I'm going to finish with a poem that was also provided by Kenneth Beaker. And this is a poem by Friedrich Schiller, a German poet from the 1700s. And he wrote this. No, there is a limit to the tyrant's power. When the oppressed can find no justice, when the burden becomes unbearable, he reaches with hopeful courage up into the heavens and seizes hither his eternal rights, which there abide, inalienable, as indestructible as the stars themselves. We in the freedom movement are holding the line here in Victoria today, while our brothers and sisters across this country and around the world are holding their peaceful line. And we must continue to do that. So in summary, brothers and sisters, seize your rights, demand your rights, stand your ground, hold the line, and make this country the country you want it to be. Freedom.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dr. Chris Shaw. Just a little bit of an update. There are 150 trucks on Douglas. So we're going to have a couple more speakers, and then there's going to be an announcement about that. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is well known for her effective and fearless advocacy. In recognition of her work, she was featured on the cover of the BC Report magazine as the most dangerous woman in BC for all the right reasons, right? As the director for the Canadian Voters Association, she was asked to spearhead the Frontline Canada campaign that has helped thousands of workers across the country who lost their jobs for refusing to declare their vaccination status. She is also one of the driving forces of the highly successful Doctors on Tour and the organizer for the up-and-coming Glorious and Free Ignite Your Rights Tour. Ladies and gentlemen, Carrie Simpson!
Can you guys hear that all good? Should be good. I got my microphone today.
Hey, everybody, you know? Yeah. So much news to give to you. There is so much happening. There is so much happening. Yeah. No confinement or constraint for me, people.
Looks familiar though.
I want to bring good news from across Canada. There are so many leaders, so many groups that are acting in unison on behalf of everybody's rights. We will redefine Canada. This house belongs to you. And it's time we took it back. This house has been poisoned. And it's time that we became the antidote. It's time that we reinstate freedom, liberty, people vision for their future. I want to tell you right now as we speak, there are groups across this province organizing for recall events.
Keep an eye on that guy.
We have the power, people. We actually have
The green with the mask?
legislation here. As long as we are united, we can make a difference sooner than later.
Stick out like a sore thumb.
As I speak, our lawyers are working for the wording of our first initiative. Initiative is something that we have as long as we are together, working across the province, united. We can change the laws. Our first initiative, make it illegal to punish anyone due to their vaccination status. And this is going to take everyone's effort. We need volunteers. We need people to stand on street corners because we're going to need petitions to be signed. We need to raise 25% of registered voters' names have to be on that petition. We only need 10%, but we're going for 25%. And this is to protect people both vaccinated and unvaccinated. This is the beginning of stopping digital ID and the ability of government to track our every movement. Recall starting in April because the law says we have to wait 18 months after the last provincial election, but we can start recalling the MLAs who have not stood for your freedom and your rights. I don't care what side of the vaccination issue you're on, there is a bigger issue. It's called freedom and liberty. You want to be a caring British Columbian and you care about the liberty interest of your neighbor. No more splitting, dividing, and causing grief among neighbors and families. I love the judge in Ontario who said this. Man, we nicknamed him the Zinger Judge, okay? The first 7 paragraphs of his decision involving a family that was divided during vaccination, he just ripped the COVID nonsense to pieces. But he said this. He said it's hard to be a good family court judge and make enemies back into friends when the government is spending so much time making friends into enemies. It is time to stop being distracted. We need to embrace our hobby, our politics, our power, people. I am concerned when I hear all the honking back on Douglas Street, and I'm getting texts from the organizers going, Carrie, they're not letting us through. Well, you know what? If the convoy can't come to us, we will take the people to the convoy. Ensure that you are part of the many, many groups that are doing things. I am so excited to see what's going on here in Victoria already, and there's more happening across the province. As we met with people while we've been over here, I can tell you, you are in good hands. There is groups of people here moving mountains. Well done. As you know, we only can't be interested in federal and provincial politics. We also need municipal
I was
politics.
hoping she'd say
And this October, you have the
That's how you make a
ability
statement, 'cause
to
I'm
put in place mayors, councilmen, and your school board. And you have the ability through those people to end the destruction of our nation.
You want to shut down the island for the weekend? You answer the people.
It was such a privilege to meet with a guy by the name of Randall Phipps. Where are you, Randall? Oh, there. Okay, you guys need
That's
to
right,
go
Paula,
talk
she
to
is.
him. He's already put in place the Vancouver Island voting Voters Association. I love it. Viva Victoria. Woo! Maybe we'll bring some fun back into politics, right? All right, you've got a sign-up sheet. I was so impressed with what they're doing, the good people that they are looking at to give you a voice on the seats of decision-making. We need to be involved. We need to support these groups. There's other groups that are doing the same. Put your name forward. See who's doing what you want to see done, but be involved. We are gearing up again. One of the greatest privileges I've had has been to travel with the doctors on tour. And we kicked off that event here in Victoria over at the White Eagle Hall. I don't know how many, was anybody there? I thought half of Victoria was there. It was packed to the rafters. The public health authority said, you guys can't do this, it's illegal. We're going to fine you. We're going to sue you if anybody gets sick and have to go to the hospital everywhere we went. Needless to say, I think that place had 400 people, standing room only. And even then, you couldn't stand. We initially were going to only do 3 events because we just wanted a video we could send around the country. So our next stop, again, packed out, filled to the rafters, and then people were calling, Carrie, can you bring the doctors here? Can you bring the doctors here? We didn't get home for 10 days. Round 1, we came back, we regrouped. Carrie, we want you up north. We want you all through Williams Lake, Prince George, Terrace. So we hopped on a bus and the doctors tour went north. And I'll tell you, people across this province are standing strong. What a privilege to meet with so many like-minded people that are putting into action their convictions. Woo! Well, that wasn't enough apparently, because next Nelson, Trail, Caslow, Asayas, and Penticton were going, Carrie, can we have the doctors on tour? So guess where we're going this week? These courageous doctors, and they are increasing in numbers, have been on the front lines bringing truth, bringing facts, and they are paying a price. We need to support them. Legal bills. These guys are at war for the right to tell you the truth about what's going on here. Next will be the Glorious and Free Ignite Your Right Tour, and we're just lining up across this province to get people together, equip them with how to make their voices heard, working, educating, uniting, bringing people together. That was one of the most amazing things about the Doctors on Tour. People were in tears. They would look around and go, I didn't know that there was this many of us. There are millions of people that are done with this insanity. It is time to end the lunacy. And lady in the red hat over there, I love your sign. Stop organized crime. We are a clever lot, aren't we?
Handing out pins here.
All right, so going forward, please make sure you're signed up with the Canadian Voters Association so you know all that's going on. We have been so busy we haven't even been able to keep everybody updated, but we will, because there is important information coming down.
There's like 4 different ones.
Bless you all. This is amazing. Stay strong, be free.
I guess I could do another one.
Let's hear it for Carrie
What's going on here,
Simpson.
guys, is they haven't let the convoys downtown. There's going to be a couple more speakers, and then we're going to all walk to the convoys that are on the street.
Well, Victoria, it is so
courtesy
great
of
to
Victoria
see
Police.
you.
My name is Joelle Ord, and many of you might recognize me. I had to take a little bit of time off, but we're back. So it's so great to see all of you. So today is the 1-year anniversary of the Worldwide Rally. So thank you all for coming out. And I just wanted to let you guys just take you a little on a memory trip of We Are Victoria, because what it is that we need to really understand who we are and where the power comes from. We have to choose that we are Victoria. We are the shields that God has placed here in order to take back this government, in order to take back the land, in order to take back what is rightfully ours. During my time away, I'll explain a little bit of that, but I was quite sick, and I meditated on Psalm 47, and there's a verse in there that says, "The shields of the earth belong to the Lord." So I just want to place that out to you, that the shields of the earth, that is us that are coming forward, that are protecting. Those shields are the people, those are our families. So the fathers and mothers, the government is going after taking out the shields of the family. The government is going after taking out the shields of the doctors that are standing up, like the doctors on tour. Those are people that are standing up to be your shield. So what is it that you are called to be a shield of? Right here in Victoria, on the island, what is your shield? For me, I'm going to let you know. Many of you know my father-in-law, Don Orr. He's been speaking at the rallies up at Campbell River over in Vancouver and all of that for the last year. The hospitals almost did him in January. I had to fight to keep him off intubation. I had to fight, and I want to let you know, if you do not have a medical power of attorney, you are basically giving your hands over to this medical system. So if you happen to need any sort of medical stuff, you make sure that somebody has a medical power of attorney, because he gave that right to me, and we firmly believe that's why he's standing here today. We had a team of people that came together. The day that Victoria Wellness Clinic opened was the day I needed full-time round-the-clock care, because we kidnapped him from the hospital and we brought him home. And yes, and Victoria Wellness Clinic became one of our shields, providing 24/7 care from a doctor in Colombia. Flaminio right here has become a dear friend of ours. He was in our house defending Don's life. Same with his daughter. And we are so, so grateful for those shields that stood up for us. So again, what is your God-given shield? Take that shield up. Make sure that you are standing firm and you are right in heart, and you follow that conviction, because you are needed as fathers, as mothers in this school system that is taking out our kids' genders, it's taking out our parents. You're needed in health and wellness, because this government is trying to take out our health. We are needed in political realms, because the government is trying to take away the rights of the Charters and Freedoms and Bill of Rights. So every single one of you is called. Every single one of you. What is your shield? We are together. We are Victoria. I want to hear you say it. We are Victoria.
We are Victoria.
I think that's it. We are Victoria. Thank you guys so much. Blessings to you.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Big round of applause for Joelle. She's been out here at the front of this battle for a couple of years now. Thank you, Joelle. We really love you. Now, I'm looking for my.
Thanks for tuning in, Doreen.
Is Jeremy around? Jeremy Maddock? Okay, Jeremy will be running for city council here in Victoria. Look at this gentleman. He's a very forthright man, and he's at the tip of the spear, working on the legal battles that we're facing. And he's going to give you a bit of a rundown of what he's up to. So a big round of applause for Jeremy Maddock. Thank you, Randall.
I'm here to give a bit of an update on the legal situation. This is, of course, the greatest civil liberties crisis that we have faced in our lifetimes, and responding to it appropriately is essential at this point. The political tide is shifting very much in our favor as mandates are dropped, and more people wake up and come to their senses. In other countries, the legal tide is shifting too. In the United States, of course, the vaccine mandate for private employers was struck down. In New Zealand, the High Court of New Zealand struck down the vaccine mandate for police officers. So things are afoot, things are changing. Unfortunately, here in Canada, the legal tide moves a lot slower than in other places.
Hey Candace, thanks for tuning in.
By delay, and have been for years. The Supreme Court of Canada recognized this in a case called Jordan, dealing with criminal timelines and the right to a speedy trial. But unfortunately, if you're not charged with a criminal offense, you don't have a right to speedy justice at all. It's just whenever the court gets around to it, which is a big part of why these mandates haven't been tested yet in court as much as in other places. So recognizing that our justice system is slow and imperfect, let's talk about what's going on in Canada right now. We have the BC Public Servants for Freedom will be in court this coming week, I'm told, arguing an injunction for workers who are losing their jobs and being terminated. They're standing up for themselves. They have a great legal team, and I think they're going to meet a lot of success in the next few weeks. We've also got the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms has recently filed a case on behalf of healthcare workers who've been out of work for months now. The very people who we need to preserve our health, who have been so cruelly thrown aside. The heroes of the pandemic one moment, and the next society has no use for them. It's unconscionable the way we've treated the healthcare workers in this province, and we need to bring them back. We need to get them back to work. And of course, we've got Brian Peckford, one of our great framers of our Constitution, the last living framer of our Constitution, who is taking Ottawa to task, taking Trudeau to task over the travel mandate. It's ironic that the man who wrote mobility rights into our charter is no longer allowed to travel to see his own family on the other side of the country, but hopefully that's going to be made right very soon.
Woo!
I'm also going to talk briefly about the issue of the vaccine passport here in BC, our last remaining provincial mandate, which prevents many of us from even going to a restaurant or going to a movie or going to a public event. This is something that I'm challenging personally. There's 3 other petitions as well. There's so 4 in total. The first case is going to court on April 19th. That's the Canadian Constitution Foundation, and they are representing disabled petitioners who cannot be vaccinated for medical reasons and have been excluded from public life for over 6 months for having medical conditions. Another unconscionable abuse of some of the most vulnerable people in our society. And that is coming to court on April 19th. Now, of course, the mandate is being lifted on April 8th. Coincidence, right? Strange how as soon as people start going to court, the government changes its policy. Now, I've just received Bonnie Henry's response to my own petition yesterday, and the position she's taking is, oh, it's all moot, nothing to see here. we're lifting the mandate. So you don't have to worry about this anymore. The courts, she says, should just dismiss the challenge as irrelevant. Now, with the greatest of respect, I see the government's lawyers dodging and weaving around the law here. It's like they are taking advantage of the court process to say, no, we're not considering you.
Hey,
Even though
Denise.
you've been living under this for 6 months. We'll just lift
Hey,
it,
Carrie.
make you go away.
If you guys could share this out to some groups, that'd be cool.
That's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing
Greatly
with a
appreciated.
that has no respect for the rule of
The
law,
convoys
no
are being
respect
held
for our
up
fundamental freedoms,
downtown.
and we've got to hold
So
them
we're all going to walk
the legal
to the
process.
convoy.
So,
And it's going to be quite the sight. There's quite a few vehicles on Douglas Street right now. Police are holding them up.
I'm not giving up. This case isn't moved. This case is going forward.
But we will just go to them.
Cases like it are going forward. There is a
Thank you,
rising
Paula.
tide of litigation here that the government cannot avoid and cannot ignore. This is has reached the point where the political victory will tide over to a legal victory. Just because mandates lift does not mean this fight is over. This fight is over when the courts tell them that they can never do it again. A few months ago, Justin Trudeau told us we had unacceptable views, asked should we tolerate these people, but the real question for the people is how long will we tolerate a tyrannical government? What do we do about it? Keep showing up to these rallies.
Damn right we are.
Mandates aren't in effect. Protest in a civil and peaceful manner as you always have, and show the government that we will take the high road. We will be better than them. We will support the rule of law and stand for our fundamental freedoms. Thank you very much, everyone.
Glenn, could you please give Jeremy Maddock a big round of applause for being here? He is helping so many people right now, you wouldn't believe it. Kudos to the Reunify group for putting Jeremy front and center on the legal table. It's just been amazing. And so when Jeremy runs for city council here, I really hope that you'll give him your endorsement. He would be a great councilor. So many of you know me, Randall Phipps. I'm sort of a political guy. I'm starting Viva Tuesday on the 29th. We're having basically a trial for people who want to run for council. That'll be at the Church of Truth. 6:30, the doors will open. And I don't know if we call it much of a trial, but it's getting together to talk about the democratic processes that can happen here on Vancouver Island. We've got a number of electoral organizations that we can form. And I happen to live here, and I'm renting that Church of Truth at 111 Superior Street Tuesday evening. If you want to come down there.
Yeah, they're just detouring them like they did to us in Ottawa.
Because I think it's the way to go.
That's all right.
Ground game now.
We will go
Right?
to
We've got
them.
to take this protest energy and move it forward, okay? So I'm going to introduce Chris McKay, and he's another fine fighter. Here we go.
Hello, everybody. Are you ready for some action call? We're having an action call right now. We have a problem, you might have heard. The convoy that has been going for, I think, 10, 11 weeks now from Cam River to Victoria has put on hold by the police here. I just chatted with them. They said they have de-escalated the situation here at the legislature by minimizing the amount of people here. I don't know about you, but I don't feel de-escalated because they've trampled my freedom and rights. Do you? No. It's unacceptable. So what we're going to do, the convoy is around here. We might be hearing them. We're going to go find them. We're going to do what we can to bring them back. And so if there's any veterans here, could you please come up here on the steps? We would like the veterans to lead the march. And we want to do everything we can to ensure it's safe. But it's time for change. Our government has made a clear statement. They don't care what we say. They don't care what we do. They're trying to dissipate us and minimize us, divide us again today by limiting our numbers at the legislature. We cannot tolerate it. Am I right? Are we going to be fighting for freedom? Okay. So Nathan Sinclair is a veteran, and all the other veterans, if you could please come up here on the steps, we would like to have you. And we're going to lead. We got to go find the convoy. They're committed to this. We've got some truckers from across Ottawa, Quebec, and this is just the beginning. This is a long-term vision, right? We know that we got to fight. I want to thank everybody for being here today, so thank you. And Nathan, are you ready for the mic? The veterans are still coming up here.
I'll give you this for 1 sec.
And so, just a little preload here too. So, first of all, the Worldwide Rally. We said, first of all, thank you to Heather and her team for organizing today. Everybody, thank you. Thank you, Heather and team. She's right here. Come on up here, Heather. Thank you, Heather. And so the BC Freedom Convoy, we worked together to coincide here on the steps, and it's not always easy to find team players. So we just want to say thank you, Heather, very much. Okay. So we are uniting, despite what our government wants to keep telling us. This is our hobby. We're going to fight for freedom. Am I right? Okay, Nathan, I'm going to pass you the mic. We got all the veterans. Okay, we're going to go over there. Okay, they're going to pass them. And after this, we have another round of speakers from the BC Freedom Convoy 2022. And we're looking forward to seeing you here. They're going to play a couple songs. We have some very, very good speakers with some real stories. And we're looking forward to hearing more from you guys too. So thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. Welcome everybody for coming today. You can feel the energy is down a little bit because we have our brothers over there. They've stopped them from coming in, but they can't stop us, right? So you guys want to go find the convoy? Yeah! Woo! All right, so the veterans are going to start over here on this little walkway here, and just follow us over and get behind us, and let's find our brothers and sisters and show Mr. Horgan, Mr. Try not to laugh here, Mr. Dix, and that lady who calls herself a doctor, that we're not just a Saturday protest, okay, you guys? Every day we're here, and what I get from people from Romania, people from Russia, people from Poland, they say, you guys are doing good on a Saturday, but there's an old military term, we can't be weekend warriors. We have to be here every day. So if you have a lunch break and you can get down here, if you have to come to town for business, if you have to pick something up on Facebook Marketplace, whatever, come down and be with us, because there's strength in numbers and we can't part-time this. We got to do this full-time. And me as a veteran and these guys as veterans, we've been ordered to stand to by the veterans in Ottawa. And stand to means that whatever you're doing, you drop and you come to where you're needed immediately. So we need to stand to, people, okay? So that's what we're doing. And I extend the invite to anyone. Pass it on to all your friends. People who are not our friends, pass it on to them to come down and have a conversation with you, okay? Because we got to start the dialogue. What did Mandela say? They asked Mandela, how do you conquer your enemy? And he said, you don't. You open up dialogue and you make them your ally, all right? So what we're dealing with here is we're dealing with people operating from fear for 2 years, okay? So maybe this takes 2 months, but I'd rather be 2 months on my feet standing for my kids and than 2 years slowly dying on my knees and seeing people commit suicide at the highest rate we've ever seen. So let's stand together. Let's operate from love, understanding, empathy, and create dialogue, okay? I'll see you guys over there. Thank you.
There's going to be a couple songs when we get back, so please follow Nathan. This is a peaceful protest. We don't want to be yelling, swearing, and anyway as we go, but let's go get the convoyers and bring it back. Thank you, everybody. See you in a little bit. This is only round one.
Let's go.
First period. We're going offensive. Thank you, everybody. We're down. We're down.
Remember, everybody, we're marching for freedom. We're marching in love. We're marching in unity. Keep it peaceful. Do not let the narrative they have preset.
Let's go.
March for love. March for freedom. March for unity. Keep going. We stand
Good.
together.
Let's go. Let's go.
Finally get to meet you.
How you doing?
It's Tammy.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm glad we're doing this because this will prove more of a point than just being here, anyways.
Yep. My parents are facing arrest in Calgary today for marching for freedom.
Yeah, I saw that. There's a big one in Toronto. This guy's flag here. Where are you? Yes, it is, Carrie. Sorry, it's a little hard to see with the sun, the comments. look like downtown Ottawa.